I do like seeing him as a submission pro wrestler. So yeah, 4.75 out of 5. Moving on to the main event, right? I've literally just put out a post on Facebook before actually recording this podcast. This match is now the highest rated match in the Nerdic Pro podcast, Bobby SalaStar Ratings system of 5.75 stars, 5.75 stars out of 5 for the KOD Openweight Championship, Tetsuya Endo versus Yuki Ueno. Fuck my sodding boots. What a match. Honestly, what a match this was. Absolutely brilliant match. There was high-flying, technical submission, Japanese strong style, technical charisma in the match from start to finish. Tetsuya Endo and Yuki Ueno literally beating the absolute piss out of each other, right? The match was absolutely insanely brilliant. It really, really, really was, right? It more than deserves this 5.75 star rating, right? Tetsuya Endo walked in the match as the KOD Openweight Champion. Yuki Ueno walked into this match as the challenger. However, Tetsuya Endo walked away still your KOD Openweight Champion. Just the match was absolutely insane. There was quite a bit of outside wrestling going on. I am a massive fan in terms of Japanese wrestling when they take it outside the ring and beat the piss out of each other right in front of the fans. Honestly, I cannot fault Yuki Ueno and Tetsuya Endo for this match. This match was absolutely beautiful. It really was. From start to finish, the match was about half an hour long. Do you know what I mean? And from the second that open bell rang, from the second that opening bell actually rang to the second, Tetsuya Endo managed to get the successful 3 count for the pin on Yuki Ueno. The piss had been beaten out of each other, right? Yuki Ueno had to get some assistance to actually walk backstage after the match. Honestly, I loved this match from start to finish. Hence why it's now the highest rated match that I've rated ever in the 224 matches that actually go towards the Bobby SalaStar star rating system, right? Out of the 224 matches that I have so far actually rated, that currently actually go towards the SalaStar rating system, this is by far the best match ever, right? Tetsuya Endo and Yuki Ueno, they've literally got to be like in their early 20s between them, right? Got to be at the oldest of 24, 25 at a push between them. Honestly, these two are going to have massive futures ahead of them. They really, really are going to have huge careers ahead of them. Do you know what I mean? They really, really are. Had these guys have been about in the mid to late 90s of like your All Japans and your New Japans and like your early to mid 2000s of pro wrestling Noah, right? Honestly, these guys would have been considered as the pillars of Japanese wrestling. They really, really would have done. Do you know what I mean? Literally, they would have boycotted Matsuharu Misawa, like without a shadow of a doubt. They would have boycotted the likes of Keiji Muto, Antonio Inoki, etc. Do you know what I mean? Just honestly, these guys put on a banger of a match. If you haven't already, please do get a subscription. Well, you actually do get a 14-day free trial, believe it or not, with Wrestle Universe. This match is definitely a match that you want to see. Absolutely fan-fecking-tastic match, right? Absolutely beautiful match. I cannot fault. Tetsuya Endo and Yuki Ueno. I believe that this is now Tetsuya Endo's fourth match in the SalaStar rating, 5-star plus ratings. I'm going to have to go back and check. So yeah, as I do believe this is his fourth, I could be wrong. So honestly, the match was absolutely insanely good. It really flipping was. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely incredible. So yeah, in total, there were 37.25 stars that I had given out of a potential 55, which gives a overall percentage star rating of 67.72 stars. In my opinion, the worst match of the night was the Kanon versus Yuya Kuroki match as the dark match. However, Kanon did come back later on in the 6-man tag team match and definitely did prove his worth. The best match of the night was definitely Tetsuya Endo versus Yuki Ueno. If you said that any other match on this card was better than Tetsuya Endo versus Yuki Ueno for the KOD Openweight Championship on this card, on this show of Dynamic Dream Team Pro Wrestling DDT Mega Max Bump 2022 show, then you're off your nut. You know what I mean? As this match was absolutely insanely perfect, absolutely brilliant match. Cannot fault either one of Yuki Ueno or Tetsuya Endo. Absolutely fucking-tastic match. Honestly, brilliant match, start to finish. Cannot fault him. Definitely more than deserves the 5.75, 5.75 out of 5-star rating for the Bobby SalaStar Nerdic Pro Podcast SalaStar rating system. Anyways, thank you very much for listening to this podcast. It really does mean a lot. Yeah, honestly, that match was fantastic. But yeah, so far there are currently 224 matches that actually go towards the SalaStar rating system here on the Nerdic Pro Podcast. That's a lot of wrestling. 224 matches. And I've literally only been doing the SalaStar rating system since the first show I rated for the SalaStar rating system took place on the 25th of September, right? At Watlington for Falling Star Wrestling. That was the first show that actually went towards the Nerdic Pro Podcast's Bobby SalaStar rating system. And that show, I believe, had 6 matches on the card. And since then, I've rated literally the number's now 224 matches. Do you know what I mean? In literally just over 2 months, like 2.25 months, I've so far rated 224 matches. I haven't got a life, have I? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I literally don't have a life. So yeah, because professional wrestling is life. Professional wrestling, to me, is the best thing ever, right? Professional wrestling, to me, makes the world go round, and screw anybody that says anything differently, right? But yeah, anyways, thank you very much for listening to this podcast. My name has been, as per usual, Bobby SalaStar. If you haven't already, then please do take part in the Nerdic Pro Podcast's first annual Christmas raffle that we've currently got going on. If you would like to enter, then please do send a message in to the Nerdic Pro Podcast's Facebook page. The Christmas raffle is £2.50 per number, where half the proceedings, so £1.25 per number, will be going towards our friends over at Brain Tumor Research. Brain Tumor Research are a non-profit charity organisation that help with the treatment and the research into treating people with different variations of brain tumour. And the other 50% of the other £1.25 per number will be going towards bringing into Nerdic Pro Podcast merchandise. So yeah, if you would like to enter, please do send in a message to the Nerdic Pro Podcast. There are currently 100 numbers available. If there is a big demand for numbers between now and Christmas Day, when we actually do the draw, then we will increase the numbers at 50 numbers a time. So currently it stands at 100 numbers. Then we'll increase it to 150, 200, 250, 300. So there are various different prizes available from a WWE Clash at the Castle program and Clash at the Castle bag as well. They will come together, as well as different sort of programs and magazines, etc., and biographies, like in magazine kind of style, from the WWF. I think the earliest in there was, I believe, from 1993, and I believe the most recent one is from 1998, I believe. That's the most recent one, from like when it was actually published and like released, like for general sale. These will come out. So there are currently 7 different prizes to be claimed and to be won. So yeah, if you haven't already, then please do enter it via the Nerdic Pro Podcast Facebook page. For payments, for security purposes, the payments can only be made via the Nerdic Pro Podcast's PayPal page. Without further ado, thank you very much for joining myself, Bobby SalaStar, your Nerdic Pro Podcast General Manager, for this SalaStar Rating Podcast, which has lasted literally just gone over the 3/4 of an hour mark of 45 minutes. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. My name has, as per usual, been Bobby SalaStar, and I shall be seeing you for a couple of podcasts tomorrow. Thank you very much. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.